Ruth Evans knows about the importance of volunteering. As a volunteer with the Vernon and District Volunteer Bureau, she sees how volunteers fill a need in the community.
Communities just could not operate without all those people that are most times invisible. I remember being in the hospital once for an early morning surgery, and when I was shown up to the floor, the prep floor, there was a volunteer there, and this was a winter day, a miserable winter day. And she was out at 6 a.m. bringing me a heated blanket and so forth. She didn't have to be there, but she was full of smiles, she was pleasant, she made it much easier.
The Volunteer Bureau is a central agency that recruits and refers volunteers to nonprofit organizations. Without these volunteers, these nonprofits would likely not be able to offer their services to the extent that they do.
The same thing happens with city events, whether it's the dragon boat races are fantastic, whether it's a hospital fundraiser or the winter games. None of these events would really function were it not for the volunteer support.
One agency that has benefited from the help of volunteers is the Seniors Information and Resource Bureau.
Twyla with the Volunteer Bureau, I don't know what we would do without her in this community. She sends over weekly lists of possible volunteers who will fill the needs for this office. She also does an orientation so that those volunteers that are coming into this office have a fairly good idea of how to behave and what to expect. I think basically just a good grounding in what volunteerism is like here in the community.
We look at treating a volunteer position as though it is a job, and for that reason many of the volunteers are encouraged to put it on their resumes. I would say approximately 60 to 70% of volunteers that come through our orientation sessions are doing it with an eye to employment, and it is a great way then to gather resume material, references, letters of recommendation, and certainly experiences and skills.
As for Ruth, she says the decision to volunteer is a gratifying one.
It feels good because you're actually accomplishing something in your community. And I know that sounds trite, but it's very, very true.
For myself, I have the opportunity to meet with so many very interesting individuals. So from my perspective, I have the opportunity of meeting with so many individuals that have the same set of values and are just wanting to make a difference, as well as help themselves and help somebody else at the same time.
For more information on volunteer opportunities, visit socialplanning.ca/volunteer. In Vernon for Go Okanagan, I'm Marianne Okel.